This is a short video demonstration about ProgrammExpress, a web-based portfolio program and project reporting, or sometimes known as a light PPM solution, where our aim is to automate project reporting and replace labor-intensive and manual processes with a quick-to-implement, simple and intuitive and cost-effective solution. So we're going to use a demo system for the University of Wolverhampton using the logo, colour palette, brand identity for the University of Wolverhampton. And this is our login page using a demo site which is in the cloud. All our clients will have their own database and their own URL. So we're going to log on as an administrator. You can be an administrator, a write access user, or a read-only user. And this will take us into our new home screen. And for the administrator, they can see all projects and they can see all modules. So we're going to open up the portfolio on the left-hand side and the programs to show all the projects. And remember, this is purely demonstration structure and data for projects, programs, and portfolios. Each client can have as many levels, sub-levels, and portfolios as they require. So from an administrator perspective on this screen, they can view the health of the projects using the red, amber, green methodology and shown by the functionality within ProgrammExpress, or the modules, but better shown through the update tabs as commentary, plan, resources, costs, benefits, impacts, risks, and logs. So they can view and drill down into the screens of the projects, or they can run reports that they have created and saved for themselves, or they can run reports that have been shared, probably by the central projects team, the program office, or the PMO. So in terms of ProgrammExpress, the idea is that it's very simple data input and it's powerful project, program, and portfolio reporting output. So from a data input perspective, if we log in as a user who has restricted access to projects and restricted access to modules because they're not required to update certain modules, you will see that the experience from the same home screen is quite different, in that we now only see the projects that we have write access to, and we can toggle between write, read, and all. And we only have the modules that we have been told to update. So in this case, commentary, plan, costs, and risks. So for a project manager or a user, they will click on the square under the commentary. They will see the update that's been made before. They will make their updates within the commentary threads that have been configured, and these can be changed. And when they've done that, they'll then move on to the planning screen. They'll have a look at the current plan. They'll make any amendments, changes to forecast dates, any new tasks or milestones, and then they'll move through to the costs. They'll have a look at the costs, add any cost items, amend the forecast costs against the planned, and then they'll move through to the risk register, and they'll see again there what is currently in there and what needs to be amended. Now, once they've made those data changes, they're more than likely going to want to have a look at their revised data in a report. So here's an example of a project report. We call it the one-page summary PPT, or that's what's being configured. This will be a PDF plan on a page that sits nicely in a PowerPoint slide. And it shows the project, it shows the key milestones, some financial information, and the commentary threads that have been configured specifically for this report. So that's the experience for the user, very nice and simple to make an update, and the whole idea is that lots of project managers are making updates across lots of different projects, and then we get the holistic big picture back with the administrator, back in the home screen that we were in before. They can be confident that all the projects have been updated and will probably be drawn to the health of the data and potentially the reds. And what we can do is we can start filtering out the greens and filtering out the ambers, we can start to see where the problems are. So if we use an example of Project 1C, let's drill down into the cost column for Project 1C. It's a red. Why is it red? And there we can see that the forecast cost is 800 against a planned of 600, out of tolerance by 200, and therefore a red status. So we can do the same with all of the projects by drilling down into the screens of where there are offending data. But more than likely, once we know that the data is up to date, we're going to start to want to run consolidated, aggregated program and portfolio reports. So here's an example of a portfolio. That's the top level project, which means that this will produce data for every single program and project that sits underneath it. And we'll go to the shared reports as an example and run our bread and butter report, the RAG status summary, which is your aggregated Excel, summarized, real-time, automated, and now we can see all the projects. The columns that we've configured, project manager, bit of planning information, bit of RAG status, and the commentary threads that we've configured. We probably call this our weekly flash report, available every Monday morning for everybody to see the health of the portfolio. Another example might be the Gantt chart. Again, running from the top level, we can see the plan for every single program and project that sits underneath it. So you'll see there a Gantt chart view, and we're using the red, amber, green theme for our tasks. Red meaning it's missed today's date, and amber meaning it's forecasting to be later than was originally expected by the governance or steering committee. So one more example, using the same data will be a milestone summary. Again, this is pulling all the planning information from all the projects and programs, but this is more of a timeline view, higher level, and it shows the key milestones, the health in terms of red, amber, green, whether they've completed in terms of grey, expected delivery date. And one more example may be resource usage summary. Again, this will be an Excel style output, consolidated, aggregated information. Resources are aligned to the plan, so if the plans move, then the resourcing information will move with it. So you'll see here all our resources. You'll see what projects they're working on, number of days in a period, and then aggregated up the total number of days that they're working on projects within that period. And then it will start to show if people are over allocated, and it will show it by red or amber depending on the tolerance levels set within the system. So that really concludes a very short demo. There's lots of functionality in terms of different modules, and there's document storage, document repository, more reporting options, and lots of settings in terms of setting up new portfolios, admin configuration functions. So that concludes the short video demonstration. And if you do have a requirement and would like to get in touch, you can see our contact details here, either by phone or email or through the website. Potential call to action, well, we've developed the short demo with your own brand identity, but maybe to arrange a webinar with fuller functionality with some of the key stakeholders, or preferably a face-to-face meeting, and hopefully plan a pilot implementation. But for now, thank you very much for watching.